Fenton-Harvey is a Middle East analyst. He joins us live now from Istanbul. John, isn't this the coming together of uneasy allies, or could it, as some are suggesting, pave the way for wider peace talks to end the civil war there?
I think peace hopes are quite understandable, considering that this is a move towards actually establishing an agreement between the two sides. But first of all, I think it is quite premature to say that it will lead to some kind of long-term agreement. Mostly, it's important to note that as the peace talks were brokered in Riyadh, and the United Arab Emirates, which backs the SDC, is agreeing to them or supporting it, really this is a deal that's being imposed on from the outside. So in the long term, this could still have a significant level of instability in the country, particularly as the STC still receives Emirati support. So it is likely that their desires for independence have not gone away. There have been little clauses and protection mechanisms to actually guarantee that upholds. So really, there could be significant fractures, specifically as the terms of the deal have not been fully highlighted. That's due to happen on Sunday. Whether or not it will be clear is to be seen.
Yeah, I mean, this arrangement doesn't seem to. I mean, it's meant to ensure that the STC has a voice in the new government, but it doesn't actually require the group to give up on its demands for a separate state. It doesn't really address the secession issue, does it?
Absolutely. And that's what's caused their prominence to be successful in the first place, because they are tapping into legitimate concerns for southern independence, although they and the United Arab Emirates, which are backing the STC, are taking advantage of this for their own political interests.
Will this change the dynamics of the war in Yemen, which the UN has called the world's worst humanitarian catastrophe? Will this change the dynamics on the ground?
No, because the STC have still got a wide range of militias operating across the south. There has still been fighting reported in the country, in some parts of the south, particularly in Shabwa, although mostly the violence has ceased. This could be a short-term issue, particularly if you look at past attempts for peace in the country, which have been created to address some kind of, or promote some kind of federal state. These have not been successful, as there are still many factions in Yemen which have grievances. So that's why it's important, if there are peace deals to happen, that it comes from the bottom up, rather if it's imposed from the top down, which has happened in Yemen. This will lead to more frustrations occurring from on the ground, and then there will be less stability. So these peace talks are really just a short-term solution, which won't necessarily solve the divisions between the Hadi government and the South, because the Hadi government particularly wants to impose its will on the South, particularly as it has lost influence in the North, because the Houthis are the most significant actor there.
Sure. OK, Jon Fenton-Harvey, Middle East analyst, joining us live there from Istanbul. Thank you.